The Minecraft kid who stole $243 million. An 18-year-old honor student pulls up to school in a $250,000 Lamborghini. 1 week later, his parents are duct taped and beaten with baseball bats by masked men. This is how a Minecraft server turned into the biggest crypto heist in history. But here's the real shock. The FBI agent who witnessed the kidnapping had no idea he was about to crack open an international cybercrime empire that started with kids building blocks in a video game. I'm about to show you how virtual worlds became the training ground for real world crime and why this case changed everything we know about digital security. Meet Veer Chetal, 18 years old, honor student at Danbury High School in Connecticut. Clean record, good grades, bright future ahead. But in September 2024, something changed. Classmates started noticing the cars. First, a bright red Corvette, then a BMW, then a matte black Lamborghini Urus, starting price around $240,000. The cars weren't the only thing. Yacht parties in Miami, designer clothes that cost more than most people's rent. When teachers asked about his sudden wealth, Veer had a simple answer: crypto investments. But here's what nobody knew. While his classmates were worried about college applications, Veer was part of something called the Com, an underground network that was about to pull off one of the largest thefts in human history. Quick poll. What would be your first thought if your classmates suddenly showed up in supercars? To understand how we got here, we need to go back to where this all started. Minecraft servers. These weren't just games, they were entire economies with rare items, virtual currency, and thousands of players willing to pay real money for digital assets. The com began as a group of skilled players who figured out how to manipulate these systems. They'd steal rare Minecraft items, sell them for real cash, then move on to bigger targets. Think of it as a criminal training ground disguised as a video game. But stealing virtual diamonds gets boring when you realize you can steal real ones. The group evolved. Minecraft scams became identity theft. Identity theft became SIM swapping, taking over people's phone numbers. And SIM swapping became their gateway to cryptocurrency wallets. By 2024, the Com had members across 3 continents. Veer's main partner was Malone Lamb, a 20-year-old from Singapore who went by Greavies online. While Veer played the clean honor student, Lamb was already living the crypto millionaire lifestyle in Los Angeles. They had perfected their system. They just needed the right target. Quick poll. How do you think gaming communities can prevent criminal recruitment? August 19th, 2024. A cryptocurrency investor in Washington, D.C. gets a phone call. The voice on the other end sounds professional, official. This is Google Security. We've detected suspicious activity on your account. The caller explains that hackers are trying to access his crypto accounts. They need him to download security software to protect his funds. It sounds legitimate. The follow up call from Gemini Exchange confirms the story. What the victim didn't know was that the security software was giving complete control of his computer to Veer and his team. Every keystroke, every password, every wallet, they could see it all. At 2:47 p.m. Eastern Time, the theft began. 4,100 Bitcoin started moving out of the victims' wallets. In less than 20 minutes, $243 million vanished into a network of anonymous addresses. But here's where they made their fatal mistake. Drunk on success, the team jumped on Discord to celebrate. They were cheering, showing off the stolen amounts on screen, completely forgetting that they were recording everything. In that moment of celebration, Veer forgot to mute his microphone. His real name, Veer Chetal, was captured in the recording. That single mistake would bring down their entire operation. Quick poll. What's the biggest red flag in this phone scam? ZachXBT was walking through an airport when his phone started buzzing. The blockchain investigator, real name unknown, had set up alerts for large, suspicious Bitcoin transactions. What he saw made him stop dead in his tracks. $243 million worth of Bitcoin, moving through a complex web of wallets and exchanges. Most people would see random numbers and addresses. Zach XBT saw a trail. By the time his plane took off, he was already tracing the stolen funds. Bitcoin might be anonymous, but it's not invisible. Every transaction is recorded on a public ledger, and Zach XBT had spent years learning how to read the patterns. Then came the break they needed. An anonymous tipster sent Zach XBT the Discord recordings, video evidence of the thieves celebrating their heist. And there it was, clear as day. Veer Chital spoken out loud during their victory party. A quick search revealed everything. Veer Chital, 18, Danbury High School, Connecticut. Honor student with a sudden taste for luxury cars. The pieces were falling into place. Zach XBT contacted the FBI. Within hours, agents were building a case, but they had no idea that Veer's criminal associates were planning something that would turn this digital crime into real world violence. Quick poll. How effective do you think blockchain analysis is for catching crypto criminals? August 25th, 2024, 6 days after the heist. Sushil and Radhika Chetal are house hunting in one of Danbury's nicest neighborhoods. Sushil, a vice president at Morgan Stanley, is driving their new Lamborghini Urus, the same model their son has been showing off at school. They have no idea their son is involved in anything criminal. To them, he's just their smart kid who got lucky with cryptocurrency investments. They're proud of his success. 2:30 p.m. A white Honda Civic slams into the back of their Lamborghini. Standard fender bender procedure. They pull over to exchange insurance information. But as Sushil gets out of the car, a white work van screeches to a halt in front of them. Six men in black clothing and masks pour out of both vehicles. This isn't an accident, it's a coordinated attack. The attackers drag the couple toward the van. When Sushil tries to resist, they strike him with a baseball bat and threaten his life. Both victims are bound with duct tape, arms, legs, even wrapped around Sushil's face. Radhika, forced face down and struggling with her asthma, begs for help. The attackers tell her not to look at them. They beat Sushil multiple times before throwing both of them into the van and speeding away. But here's what the kidnappers didn't know. Multiple witnesses had already called 911. And one of those witnesses was an off duty FBI agent who happened to be in the neighborhood. Quick poll. What would you do if you witnessed a violent kidnapping? Special Agent Sarah Mitchell, not on duty, but never really off duty, was driving through the neighborhood when she saw the attack unfold. While calling for backup, she made a split second decision that would save two lives and crack open an international crime ring. She followed the van, providing real time location updates to Danbury police. White Ram ProMaster heading south on Route 7. Suspects are armed and dangerous. The high speed chase lasted 12 minutes. The van driver, panicked by police sirens, took a turn too fast and lost control. The vehicle rolled, throwing the kidnappers into chaos. Four suspects fled on foot. Police found the first one hiding under a bridge within minutes. The other three tried to disappear into the nearby woods, but with helicopters overhead and K9 units on the ground, their freedom lasted less than 3 hours. Sushil and Radhika were rushed to the hospital, injured but alive. They still had no idea why they had been targeted or that their son's crypto investments were actually stolen money. The real breakthrough came when police searched the kidnappers' phones. Group chat messages revealed the motive. They wanted to force Veer to share more of the stolen cryptocurrency. His parents weren't random victims, they were leverage in a $243 million extortion plot. Quick poll. Should family members be held responsible for their relatives' crimes? While Veer's parents were fighting for their lives in Connecticut, Malone Lamb was living it up in Miami. He had rented a massive mansion and was throwing parties that would make music videos look modest. Lamb was burning through millions on nightclubs, luxury cars, and champagne that cost more per bottle than most people make in a month. He posted it all on social media, creating a digital trail of evidence that prosecutors would later use against him. September 18th, 2024, 6 a.m. Miami-Dade. SWAT teams surrounded Lamb's mansion. The raid was swift and overwhelming. They found him still in bed, probably nursing a hangover from another $1 million party. Meanwhile, at Los Angeles International Airport, John Diel Serrano, known online as Versace God, was trying to board a flight wearing a $500,000 watch. TSA agents, already alerted by federal authorities, arrested him at the gate. Serrano broke quickly. Faced with decades in prison, he admitted his role in the conspiracy and agreed to return $20 million in Bitcoin. But his cooperation came too late to save him from serious prison time. Back in Connecticut, Veer's arrest was much quieter. No SWAT teams, no drama, just federal agents knocking on his family's door while neighbors watched in confusion. The honor student was led away in handcuffs, his double life finally exposed. By March 2025, 5 of the 6 kidnappers had pleaded guilty, facing sentences up to 15 years in federal prison. The recovered Bitcoin sits in a federal wallet, evidence in what prosecutors call one of the largest cryptocurrency thefts in history. Quick poll. What should happen to the recovered Bitcoin? This case changed everything we thought we knew about cybercrime. What started as kids manipulating video game economies became a $250 million theft that ended in kidnapping and violence. It proved that blockchain analysis can track even the most sophisticated criminals. It showed that gaming communities can become recruitment grounds for organized crime. And it demonstrated that in our connected world, digital theft and physical violence are no longer separate threats. Most importantly, it reminded us that behind every cybercrime statistic are real people. Sushil and Radhika Chatal were innocent victims who nearly paid the ultimate price for their son's choices. The lessons are clear. Be suspicious of unsolicited security calls. Never download software from unknown sources. And remember that cryptocurrency transactions are permanent and traceable. If this story opened your eyes to the hidden world of crypto crime, hit that like button and subscribe for more true crime technology cases. Comment below. Do you think gaming platforms should be doing more to prevent criminal recruitment? Check out our playlist on cryptocurrency security and digital forensics. And remember, in the age of digital crime, staying informed isn't just smart, it's survival. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.